Welcome back to Marvel Maniac and MCU After Show. This is Eric Cicada, aka Mr. Honest, your host. It's good to be back, and wow, what an episode. I am kind of freaking out over here. There were a lot of rewind moments for me. I was super into this one. Oh my gosh. I mean, talk about payoff. This is the payoff episode. This is the one where you're getting a little bit back in your MCU pocket. I'm really satisfied after this one. Oh my gosh, we got a lot to talk about. What did you think? Did you like this? Are you liking where this is going? Do you feel like this is like the best episode of any MCU show yet? Oh, I was emotional. It was very good in my opinion. But let's break it down and let me tell you why I thought it was good. And let's get started. Let's go through it. I, for one, want to first off say I totally overlooked I think she was kind of meant to be overlooked a little bit, but I overlooked the significance of Geraldine in the first two episodes. And that was probably on purpose. She wasn't meant to be at the forefront. She was definitely meant to be just part of the crew. You know, you were meant to buy into this sitcom world. And I did. And little did I know her significance would be huge in this series. And most likely, possibly the MCU going forward. We'll see. So the start of this episode, we literally start with Geraldine, we know her as, but we learn that she is Monica Rambeau. She wakes up. She's less waking up. She's more of. We've seen this. If you've seen Marvel Infinity War, Avengers Infinity War, or Avengers Endgame, she was being reverse snapped. She was being brought back to reality from the snap that Tony Stark brought and sacrificed his life to bring back everyone who Thanos destroyed in that snap. So in that 5-year gap. So Monica was one of the victims of the snap. Monica Rambeau, daughter of Maria Rambeau, if you don't remember, from Captain Marvel. So there's a lot of MCU intertwining happening right here. Already there's a lot of intertwining. There's a lot of payoff for hardcore MCU fans. So if you're a fan of Captain Marvel, you haven't seen the movie Captain Marvel, there's a little fun. There's some fun Easter eggs. Not Easter eggs, there's just fun crossovers here. So Maria Rambeau is a character that Captain Marvel was, I believe, Air Force pilots with, and they were best friends, really best friends, and that Monica is her daughter. So Monica wakes up and she really believes that she was just sleeping, and literally she goes to the doctor, and he's like, they're all coming back, and there's just like so much chaos ensuing. It's like, and Monica goes up to another doctor, and she's asking about her mom, and she says she died 3 years ago. It was like 2 years after Monica was snapped. So I mean, this whole thing, or the fact that we're getting into this, we're starting the episode dealing with like a scene, like this is like the exact type of thing I want to see. I want to see the world. We want to see how people reacted to people coming back into the world. Like I remember there was plenty of Reddit posts, plenty of talks among friends. Like, what happened at that time when people got snapped into existence? If people were on airplanes, did they just poof into thin air? There was probably a lot of chaos, a lot of chaos. So it wasn't all peaches and roses and daisies and lollipops. Okay, I just said a lot of words there. I just threw them out. So yeah, Tony Tony did a lot, but I mean, obviously Tony did a lot of good by bringing everyone back. And Monica is obviously shocked by this. So we cut away. We get our awesome Marvel intro. You know, it shows all the. Okay, you don't need me to reenact that for you. You know this. Okay, so finally we are formally introduced to Sword, and the first, you're getting. I like how you're getting my dry eye viewed. This was upside down cross in my first episode. We're learning as we go here, folks. So Sword, sentient weapon observation response division. I'm gonna say it one more time. We're gonna take it in together. Sentient Weapon Observation Response Division. This place is S.H.I.E.L.D. on steroids, okay? And, I'm not as scared of this place as I am S.H.I.E.L.D. though, because after Thanos, I think we just need a place. We need a place like this after Thanos. After the destruction, I don't know what's literally standing after the destruction of the Avengers facility. Seeing in this episode as we unfold, there's chaos unfolding in the world still. So we need this place. I hope there's not Hydra agents in there. For the love of God, please don't let there be Hydra agents in that one. At least we got another Captain America standing tall to protect. We got a whole other series maybe to unfold that. That's for another episode. Let's keep moving. So this Sword place is huge. It's techie. It's awesome. Monica's meeting with her boss. His name's Tyler. I dug for that. I wasn't sure if it would be important. I don't think it is. But hey, Geraldine was really, really important. Geraldine is Monica Rambeau, and Monica Rambeau is the most relevant character of the season. So I love it. I love it when characters get Trojan horsed into my series, and I love her, and she's such a great actress, and she made me laugh in it might have been the second episode of the talent show where they were doing the magic trick with her, and I did mention that. I don't remember her by name, because everything's coming at you so fast. You're focusing on Wanda and Vision and why this dead guy is alive and why we're here. It's sleight of hand, and that's why this is so good. This is what I love about this. This is going to be the longest episode yet. This was the heaviest, most action-packed, full information-packed episode yet. So are we strapped in? Okay, cool. I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but man, I think you're excited too. I'm excited. If you're excited, I'm excited. Cool. Okay, sorry. Okay, here we go. Tyler and Monica are walking through the facility, this big facility, and they're going to this meeting room, and they're discussing this missing persons case. And she's restricted. She's restricted to this case. I don't know what other cases there are that are smaller. They really must not know the severity of what's going on here yet, because her mom apparently has this thing in place in case the snap came back. Her mom helped set up Sword. Her mom was one of the main founders of Sword. Maria Rambeau, before she died 3 years. I have it written down. Jeez Louise. We're getting our timelines down. 3 years ago. So 2 years after the snap. Maria Rambeau died. So she's going on this missing persons case. So she goes out to Westview. This is where we meet Agent Wu, as you might have recognized from Ant-Man and the Wasp. So many MCU cameos, crossovers. This is what cinematic universe is made for, and it's all coming together in this one episode. Wow, awesome. Okay, perfect. Turns out the missing person is a missing town. It's Westview. The town we saw Monica fly outside of, Geraldine, when we knew her as Geraldine. The sheriff's standing, there's very self-righteous guys. They're standing outside of town, and they're telling, they tell Monica and Agent Wu that the town doesn't exist. And, like, you could literally look down the street, you see the town. And Agent Wu says, you can't, Agent Wu is like, you can feel it too, right? We can't walk in there, and nobody's supposed to go in. So there's something keeping them, like there's this force like keeping him from walking in there. How strong is Wanda? How far do her powers reach? It is inevitably clear right now that this is Wanda. Wanda's powers. So there's something holding him back, but that doesn't necessarily stop Monica. So she goes to the back of her car and she gets this little remote helicopter drone. It doesn't look like the one that we see Wanda pull out of the bush in one of those first episodes. And she flies it like on a little camera, and she flies it towards the town, and then it just disappears like out of nowhere and into the beyond like the barrier, and it looks similar to like that staticky barrier that she flew out of in the end of the last episode. So she kind of slowly starts to walk up to it, and Agent Wu's kind of like, well, Monica, be careful, and she just kind of like walks slowly, and she gets sucked into it really fast, and okay, she's just in there. And 24 hours later, we're with Darcy Lewis from Thor. Okay, so yet another character from another movie. Now we got Agent Wu from Ant-Man and the Wasp. We got I know Monica is a different actress because she was technically played by a younger actress in Captain Marvel, but it's technically the same character. So we got Captain Marvel, we got Ant-Man and the Wasp, we got Thor characters all coming together. We got every asset of the MCU coming together in the show already. It's so cool. Now, in this 24 hours, as Darcy's arriving, she's like arriving like on a base of military soldiers. It's looking more like it did at the end of the episode, the last episode when Monica flew out of the base. I feel like her name is Monica, right? I know her as Geraldine, now I'm knowing her as Monica, and I'm getting used to that. Gosh, I can't. I'm in awe of this episode. There were a lot of awe moments. Gosh, so there's like drones going in there, and I'm assuming they're getting like I don't know what they're doing. I'm assuming like they're I don't know. I can't imagine what they're getting because Darcy is the one who really uncovers the TV signals and the radio waves. So I don't know what those drones are uncovering necessarily. Is that something I overlooked? I don't know. Okay. But anyway, they said it's highly classified. She's running tests, and she pulls out like a TV tuner, and you can kind of see like the WandaVision TV show on it. And the command center, Hayward, he's like the commander. Darcy, Wu, and others, they gather around like a big room of people to see WandaVision on the TV. Now they're all gathering around to see like the episodes that we saw. And I know it's been a crazy few years on this planet, but he's dead, right? Darcy says. Like, okay, yeah, confirmation. Vision's dead. They didn't fix him in a lab. He's not back to life. There's no Vision. This is made up Vision. This is WandaVision. Okay. Well, we went there, and we're going to keep moving. So there's like a lot of radiation that's causing this, is what Darcy has got to the bottom of. And as we're moving throughout, the dinner scene's happening. I was kind of wondering if we were going to see the choking part. It seems that Wanda censors for the TV audiences, which I don't know if she's like actually putting this out on airwaves to be seen, knowing it's going to be seen. Maybe she wants to broadcast her love. I don't know. But anyway, like, she definitely censors the choking part. Or if not, it wasn't addressed. But it definitely seems like she just definitely cuts out that kind of stuff. Darcy, just side note, Darcy just wants a coffee. A lot of funny moments between Darcy and Wu in this episode. I really like their chemistry. So we find out that it is Darcy writing in that book at the end of the episode. She was the one that was so cliffhanger answered. Already, we have an answer to an end of episode cliffhanger. We have a few of those little cliffhangers answered. Wu and Darcy are out to look at like another transmission or something when someone brings out a photograph to them of the helicopter that Monica had sent in, and it had changed in style to the helicopter we saw Wanda take out of the bush. So there's this kind of conversion thing happening when people or things or objects go into the portal, we're going to call it. I guess we can call it a portal. It hasn't been referred to as that, but that's kind of what it is. The helicopter, when it changes into whatever the theme of the world is, basically, I mean, that's kind of the running theory right now. I mean, it's literally what we're seeing before our eyes, though. So, interesting. I wonder why it changed to Iron Man colors. Yeah, I wonder what on the. I mean, maybe it is also Vision colors. Maybe I'm wrong. So on the TV, you hear Geraldine saying, those pants are peachy clean. I love that. And then we have that moment. Wanda, who's doing this to you? Full circle moment. Wasn't Captain America. It was Agent Wu. And man, I guess I wouldn't have anyone else. Agent Wu, you the man. I guess it would have been probably a little bit better to have Captain America. But let's be real. The ending for Captain America, it would have been a little bit of disservice to have like the next installment of the MCU have him come back. Right? So many questions answered in this episode. Very awesome to see this from the other side, because the first two episodes you're so disoriented. Like, what are we watching? A sitcom? Are we really just gonna watch a sitcom? We're setting up this. This is what the payoff is. I'm telling you something you already know, but I'm just like freaking excited about it. I hope you are too. I hope I'm not overly excited for you. I hope we're excited together. The guy going underground in the hazmat suit, he's attached to a rope. That it's a very thin rope. I don't think that rope is going to help you. That portal, it looks very dangerous, and he's walking towards it, and he turns into the beekeeper, and when he crosses it, the safety rope turns into a jump rope, and it cuts in half, and it's not a rope anymore. And oh my God, Wanda saying no from that perspective, like he's not a beekeeper. He's not a scary beekeeper with an upside down cross on his back. He's just an innocent man doing his job, he's on a rescue mission. He's trying to save this woman, and she says no. Man, she's scary. Very scary, very ominous, very man, that other side. There's two sides to every coin. Agent Wu and Darcy literally having meta conversation about the show, going through the decades and fanning out about Wanda having a baby. And like Darcy starts getting emotional about the twins, and Agent Wu's kind of like giving her like the side eye. But then it starts to get real, right? the Ultron reference, and then like Agent was like, "Whoa, has our reality has that had reference before?" And he's this is us last week. They're caught up, and I'm like, "What's gonna happen? Are we just gonna watch last week again?" Wanda walks towards Monica, and then the show just ends. And they're like, "What?" No, she just kept walking towards her. Something happened there. They can't figure it out. They keep rewinding the tape. We pan in. We look into the world, like kind of more like I like to say a viewer's eye. I would say like this is more of Wanda's point of view. This is not what Wanda chooses for the show. Whatever she's having the show broadcast, this is just an unbiased perspective of Wanda, because we didn't see this side of it last week. Last week we saw the show. We saw what they saw last week. We saw the happy end. I mean, we get to see the little clip at the end, but we don't know how that happened until now. Wow. So Wanda walks towards Monica, and she's like, "Who are you?" And she's like, "I'm just your neighbor." Then, "How did you know about Ultron?" I love this talk about Ultron. Ultron being talked about is just insane. We're talking about just like one of my favorite Marvel movies, Avengers: Age of Ultron. It was very underrated in my opinion when it came out, and still to this day not underrated. It's getting the respect it deserves, I'd say, nowadays, because it was always the crux of the MCU, and we needed it. We needed it to get to Thanos. I've said that. I might have even said that already on this podcast. I may repeat myself from time to time. I probably haven't yet, though. Anyways, how did you know about Ultron then? She says. And she's like, "You're not my neighbor, and you're not my friend. You're a stranger, and you're an outsider. I want you to leave." And she intensely, with her red freaking powers, she blasts like super speed, 200 mile an hour, force pushes Monica out of the world. Like, you never seen anything like it. It was powerful. It was powerful. So you get to see like how angry Scarlet Witch is. I'm calling her Scarlet Witch now. I'm not calling her Wanda. I don't know. She's more of a supervillain. She's becoming the antagonist. I don't know, everybody. I'm not seeing anybody else really pulling any strings here. Am I wrong? Am I missing something? Thanos really messed her up. I mean, I know there's no excuse for doing bad things, but he did a number on everybody, and she's coping. But the episode's not over yet. She blasts him through the wall, and Vision comes in, and he turns around. He's like, "Wanda," and she turns around, and he's gray, and he has no eyes, and his head is ripped open, just like when Thanos ripped the stone right out of his head. It was creepy. It was kind of zombie-like. Oh my god. What the heck? I have so many questions to that. We'll come right back to that. Wanda says, Vision says, "We don't have to stay here. This is our," and Wanda says, "This is our home. I have everything under control." And then it cuts to Monica. "It's Wanda. It's all Wanda." And then cut back, and then they start another episode, moving into the 80s. We thought this was going to be the 80s, but no, not yet. Next week should be the 80s, I believe. It doesn't matter. The expectations were blown away this week. I didn't know what I was going to get. I did not expect to get that much that much information this week. My mind is kind of blown, more blown than Visions in Infinity War or in this episode. So, big question here: when Vision is in this world, does Wanda have Vision's corpse, and is she animating it? Do you think she's like animating him to be bringing him back to life with her powers? It's interesting because she got her powers through the exact Infinity Stone that is in Vision's head, that was in Loki's staff. So her powers could technically be powering his lifeless body in this world that is like operating on her telekinetic chemo, whatever the heck energy, like whatever crazy energy she's throwing out there. She is literally blasting energy, and she's force fielding and Jedi mind tricking, and it's crazy. And she's got a hold on a whole town of people. And there's that scene where Agent Wu and Darcy, they're putting names up on the wall, and they got the real names of all the people and then their fake names. They're trying to get to the bottom of everything, but it all comes down to the end, and it all centers around this. This is a first act of a bigger story, and the only story that has been told thus far, the only information that I have been given, is that Wanda is out of control. She is in denial. She does not want to believe where she is. She doesn't want to accept her circumstances. She can't face reality. Hence, she has made her own. It is tragic. I could cry because I love, that is what is so tragic about this, because I love the relationship between Wanda and Vision, Paul Bettany, and Elizabeth Olsen. The chemistry, the love. I couldn't appreciate it more. And I couldn't be sadder, because it's going to be very hard for this love to last. I don't know. Maybe it can. Maybe there's a way this can work. I don't know. With all that happened with Thanos, you could see that Monica was also affected by the snap. Not really the same way, though. Her mom kind of helped build to protect from threats like Wanda. Wanda is just completely, like I said, out of control. It doesn't matter why she's out of control, really. It just really is a matter of she's hurting people. Is she, though? I mean, yeah, she is. She's choking people. She's hurting people. Absolutely. She's mind controlling people. She's controlling she's mind controlling a whole town. Okay. That's not healthy. We agree that's not healthy. Where could we be going from here? Having seen glimpses of trailers, we've seen little bits of Halloween costumes. I haven't seen much more than that. I think the trailers have been kind of on the DL. I think there's a lot that can come here. I really, really think a lot of the advertisements have been for these first 4, and I cannot believe the amount of information we got in these episodes. I imagine some of this stuff, like the Wanda, who's doing this to you, would be like an episode 8 reveal. If this were a slow burn bad show, and I'm sorry, like Walking Dead, I don't mean to throw shade on other shows. I will not do that often. That show hurt me. It wouldn't be that way, but this is this is good vibes. I'm feeling this show so far. I hope you are too. What do you think? Did you catch anything? I had a nice friend email me. His name's TJ. He's our first fan email, fan/friend email. So we're gonna go through. He noted a couple of things that I might have missed or not talked about for the first few episodes. I don't think I ever actually said a note of the line, "My husband and his indestructible head." Did I say that? Oh my gosh. He loved the cartoon Vision. I loved it too. WandaVision. I think I said it right? Significance of the helicopter. I think we're figuring this out. Symbol of the upside down cross, sword. I love seeing these questions now answered. I love seeing TJ's perspective, and now I'm really interested. Now I'm going to get to see his answers. Okay, let's see if we can answer all TJ's questions right now after having watched the episode. Also thought it was probably Chris Evans on the radio. I told TJ that before he even listened to the podcast. Not wrong. Wrong. Interesting idea to have a cap return stone. Cap return stones in movie. Yeah. Oh my God, I would love that. Can we talk more about that? Oh my gosh. That would be a heck of a movie. Watch with Hydra symbol commercial. Did not see that. I agree. This is Wanda's making. Maybe she's in denial of Vision's death. Yes. Avengers disassemble. Yes. Well, not yet, but yeah, I love that. TJ, I love you. Thank you so much for sending that. All the love, my friend. All the love. And with that, we're not going to overrun the episode. We're right at about 30 minutes. I said we were going to have a full episode. This was an action-packed episode. I did have a lot to say. I feel like I said it very fast, and I feel like I'm very energetic right now. But I had a lot of fun talking to you today on Marvel Maniac and MCU After Show. My name is Eric Cicada, aka Mr. Honest, your host. If you want to talk to me, you can email me. We're at marvelmaniacpod@gmail.com. Send us an email. Your thoughts, positive emails only, please. You can leave your negativity at the door, of course. Theories, thoughts on the show, segment ideas, superhero original song. I don't know. What are you gonna do? Anything? Just send me something. I would love it. Artwork for the podcast, maybe. I probably might need some new artwork at some point. I don't know if I can actually be using the artwork I'm using. Can anybody inform me on that? Kind people, kind listeners, please rate and subscribe the show. It would go a long way, and it helps the podcast, and it really, really, really means a lot that you listen. And until next time, Avengers disassemble.